Well, good afternoon, girls. Very warm welcome to my craft room. Hello, Sue. Welcome. Hope you're all right. Good. Thumbs up. That's what I like to see. We're just going to wait a few minutes. If you could just send a thumbs up to confirm the sound is okay, that would be great. And that you can see the picture. It's a very grey day out today. Is it windy enough? Well, Val, I'm glad I put my broomstick away. Let's put it that way. Hello, Linda. Oh dear, it's blowing a holy out there, isn't it? Honestly, and it's been blowing for so long. It's when it's windy like this, you know, I sort of think, gosh, although I'm very lucky that I live up high, because I know I'll never flood, but gosh, do we get wind up here. It's because we're a bit higher than everywhere else, you see. The wind, I always say the wind hits us first before it hits anywhere else. It's funny, I've always lived in windy places. Where we used to live in Fareham, our house was at the top of a hill, and we overlooked kind of Fareham Bay, if you like. So from our bedroom window, good, thank you, Val. I'm glad it's okay. From our bedroom window, we used to be able to see the Isle of Wight. So I could see, you know, the island stretched out in front of me. But of course it meant that I got the wind. The wind was foul, absolutely foul. Hello, Jeanette. Welcome. How are you? Oh dear. We'll just wait another minute or two and then we'll get going. I expect you saw my post this morning to say that I'm going to play with Hydrangea Haven. Oh, hello. I've just had a little pop-up that says the Met Office warns about hailstorms. So if you've got anything tender out in the garden, you better go and protect it, because it's going to get walloped by hailstones. Let me put this out of the way. Let me say the formal hellos. Welcome everybody, welcome to my craft room. My name is Wendy Porter and I am the Laptray Crafter, and I am an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in North Devon. Good, done the necessary. So, let me just remind you, this month I have been a demonstrator for 5 years. Seems an awful long time, but it's gone by very, very quickly. And I'm doing a prize draw for anybody and everybody who orders this month. This includes the Crafty Piglets. So the Crafty Piglets, if you place an order through your demonstrator website as normal, you will go into the draw. And there are 5 prizes, one for every year that I've been a demonstrator. So there's the Hello Dear Friend card kit, there's some watercolour pencils and some watercolour paper, some blending brushes, there's an assortment of adhesives, so some liquid glue, some glue dots, and I can't remember what the other thing was, but there were 3 things. Oh, a tearing tape, I think. And then the 4th one is an assortment of dimensionals. So you get the big ones, you'll get some little ones, and you'll get some of the black mixed ones as well. All right. And I plan to do the draw on the 31st of March. So any of my customers who are listening, if you haven't already ordered, still got plenty of time. And those of you that have, if your order is more than £20 or more, you will have got an entry into the draw. But those of you that have already ordered, I think I've already told you that. So that's good. Brilliant. So let's just have a look at the stamp set. this is the stamp set. And when you first look at it, you think, yeah, okay, fine. It's a stamp set. Well, you can watch and see what happens, Val. Now, it's part of a bigger suite, and I've got the mini catalogue here, so I thought I'd just run through what's in it. So, oh, would help if it was up the right way. So the whole suite is called Hydrangea Hill, and you get the stamp set, plus you get some lovely dies, and these are the dies here. And I've done some die cutting, which I will show you, but these are the dies. You get a big one that cuts out this whole stamp, plus you get this one that makes the little flower heads. And I've done a couple of these, and I'll show you what I've done with them. Plus you've got this lovely row of flowers. Now this cuts out just individual flowers. I call them flowerlets because you just can pop them through your Big Shot and you'll get 2, 4, 6, 9 flowers all in one go, which is quite useful, I think. Plus you get a little tag, and you also get some dies with which you can cut out 2 of the other stamps and some of the leaves. So that's really good. So they come as a bundle, the stamp set and the dies, plus in the suite there is some gorgeous ribbon. Now you know me, girls, I love purple. Purple, lilac, my favourite. And look at this lovely sheer ribbon. So pretty, so pretty. You also get some lovely acetate, which actually I don't have any of, so I'm not going to be using that today. You get some lovely gems. Now you've seen these before because we've used them before, but look at all the colours. Beautiful colours, lovely big size as well, I think. So we'll no doubt be using those today. All right, so as you can see, some lovely inspiration on the suite, and you can buy the whole lot and with one code if that takes your fancy. All right, so let's get on. Now I have done some preparation, girls, so because you know what today is. Today's rugby day, so I have done some preparation. All right, so hopefully we can get quite a lot done though. Right. Oh, one thing I didn't say, the sentiments and the designs on your stamp set, although they look sort of quite small, the words, the picture on the front is 75% of the actual size. So let me show you this blob, for instance. So this blob here, all right, if I put my picture over it, can you see there's my stamp? It is considerably bigger than the picture shows. All right, so a nice big blob. Good. So let's get going. I'm going to start with a really simple card. Oh, I didn't talk about the designer series paper. There is some gorgeous designer series paper that comes with this suite. And one of the pieces that you get 2 sheets of this. This is 12 by 12 set. And it's got a, let me show you the picture because it's a bit difficult to explain it. Right, so the paper, can you see here? This is the one that I'm just going to use. And if you can imagine, there is a pattern this side of the paper and then there's a matching one the other side. So you could literally chop down the middle and you could make your own card fronts, which is sort of what I'm doing today. So I have cut this designer series paper down to size, and this measures 4.5 by 4.5, and I've run it through the Subtles embossing folder just to give it a little bit of, just to take the plainness away from it. Then I've got a piece of Whisper White. I'm still using up my Whisper White. If you were ordering white card now, you would choose basic white. And then I have got a piece of Highland Heather card that measures 5.5 by 5.5, and all I am going to do literally is I'm going to put this on the front of my card. Quite obvious what I'm going to do with this one. Oh, this has been put through the subtle embossing folder as well. Now what I do need to be careful of is the subtle embossing folder is directional, and my embossing through the pattern is going vertically, so I need to make sure that this piece goes vertically as well, otherwise it's going to look a bit odd. So pop that on there, like so. Have you got this set, Linda? I must say I do love hydrangeas. I've got some in the garden, and but I can never get them to be blue. They're always a sort of a pinky colour. So, but I do like them. I think they're so nice. So then all I'm going to do is, yes, and the DSP, lovely, very pretty. You've got hydrangeas in your garden, haven't you, Linda? Seem to remember seeing some. And that's just going to go there down the centre. So a very, very easy card to make look. And I think putting the designer series paper through the embossing folder just adds that little bit extra to it. Now I could have popped it up on 2 dimensionals, but I've decided to keep it nice and flat. And I've got a stitched oval here, and I'm going to do the same sentiment on all of my cards today. And the sentiment is, you make me smile. Now I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to stamp that on there. So let me bring in Highland Heather. And because this is a photopolymer stamp, I prefer to use my stamping pad, because I think you get a better image with it. Oh, it's the acidity, is it? Well, we obviously don't have much acidity up here. Yeah, this is a really lovely font on here, and I'm trying to, oh, I'm going to have to bring this down a bit. There we go. See, I love that smile, and that Y is lovely. So I've got my chamois. I'm being very good. Do you notice, girls? I'm remembering to clean my stamps. So let's just pop this away. Now, what I thought I would do is I'm going to put this over here, like so. And I have die cut some of the images using the dies. So I've done some of these lovely, these cute little flowers. So the idea is I'm going to pop that on there and pop some of these lovely flowers. Now, you will notice that the colour I'm using today is balmy blue. I didn't realise until I was getting ready that I've run out of soft seafoam card. And not only that, my soft seafoam ink has got very, very faint, so I'm using balmy blue as well. Oh, yours are pink as well, Val. I'm glad it's not just me. Right, so I'm just getting out a new pack of dimensionals, if I can. Okay. I'm going to pop this over here. Can you hear the wind, girls? It's howling. It's been doing that for several days now, hasn't it? We should be getting used to it. So I'm just going to pop that there, look. And then I'm going to bring in my silicone mat. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put... Am I going to use my silicone mat or shall I use glue dots? Let's see. Let's see. Right. So I'm going to bring in my little take your pick tool. Just squeeze it a bit. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put some of these lovely little flowers just on the edge. And I've done some in balmy blue, some Highland heather, and some in gorgeous grape. How pretty are they? Right, so let's use glue dots. So I'm going to pick these up, pop them on onto there. There we go. And then what I'll do is I'll just, whilst they're sitting on my glue dot, I'll just lift up the petals with my nails just to make them less flat. Can I get one off there? Go on, come off there. There you go. There we go. Oh, did you see that fly off? Oh dear. Oh God. Oh dear. Oh. Okay, there we go. 3 little flowers. And let's have a look. Now I think the gems, these lovely pastel pearls, were probably going to be a bit big to go in the flowers, but let's just try. Let's see what... oh no, no, I'm going to use them all the same colour, like so. And that is all I'm going to put on them. Done. There's the first card done. How about that? Cool. Good. Right. So, next card. Okie dokie. Aha. Right. So what I've done is I've cut some of the designer series paper into strips. So, here we go. So I've got a piece of Highland heather, and this measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8, and then my white piece measures 5 1/2 by 5 1/2. So let's just pop this on. On here. Thank you. It's always nice to know that what you make, people you like. So it's very, very, very nice that you like it. So this is going to go on here. Oh, now what's that pinging? I don't know. There we go. So what I've done is I have cut this designer series paper, and this measures, I think it's 5 1/2 long, and I think I cut it to, I think it was, let me just measure it for you so you know. So the 3 pieces are 5.5 long by 5 inches wide, and then I've cut each piece to 1 5/8 wide, right, or as close to as that. Right. So that way I can get 3 pieces onto this piece, and I've deliberately left a little border down the side, but there's no border at the top. So let's glue these on. Have I got that the right way around? Yeah, I have. And I love the colours in this designer series paper. So pretty and so realistic as well, I think. So I'm just going to pop that one in there, like so, leaving that little gap there. And then I'm going to do the other edge one. Like so. Hopefully keeping the similar sort of width. And then this one can go down the middle with just a little gap of white. Okay. Lovely. I think it looks lovely. Makes it look like you're looking out of a window at it, I think. Right, now what I'm going to do is I've got a stitched oval from the Stitched Shapes dies. Oh, that's a bit of a mouthful, isn't it? Now, what I've done is I've die cut this, and I've die cut this in Pear Pizzazz, plus I have then die cut the leaf using the leaf die, which doesn't have a top to it, and I've die cut this in Old Olive. All right, and that's going to sit on there, and I've used our adhesive sheet, so because I think this would be quite tricky to get glue on. Knowing me, I'd get glue everywhere. So that's going to go on there. So I'm just going to push out these little bits here, just to give a little bit of dimension to this leaf. Whoops. I got very stiff thumbs today, I must say. Come on, off you come. Go, go, go. Of course I could use my brush. That would be too easy, wouldn't it? Just use my little brush to poke it out. Go on. Because I've got the adhesive on the back, it don't want to come out. Oh, come on. Oh, well, I might have to leave that bit on there. Don't worry, I'm not worrying about it. Not worrying at all. Now, when you put that on there, oh, I don't like that on there. I want to get it off. Do I have to put that through my die cutter again? No, here we go. Perhaps when I pull the backing sheet, it will come off. So that's going to sit on there. Now, what I've done is I've die cut 2 of the shapes. Now, this one is a separate shape on its own, all right? But this one, as you can see, is part of this bigger flower. So all I did was I ran it through my machine, but without the stem, all right? Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the top of that green bit off, because it's getting in my way. I don't want it on there. Right, don't need that, because I've die cut 2 pieces. One plain bit, which I want to go on there, and then this bit's going to go on the top. all right? And when you're, can you see the little flowers that it creates? You can push all of these up and make it quite 3D. And the best way to do it, and ask me how I know, is with a pokey tool from the back. Don't use a ball tool, because you'll get them stuck in the little flowers and it will take blinking ages. So I'm happy that they're not all flat, all right? So let's glue these together anyway. So I'm going to put glue on here. Oh, well, let's put this down first. Let's put some glue on the back here. Oh, I just thought of, I guess. I wanted to make sure I got the spine on the right side. So that's going to go there. Like so. And then this is going to go on here. Ooh. Go on here. Little squibble of glue. Pop that on there. Like so. Now let's see if we can get this off of here. Come along. Oh, it's a bit like tearing tape. Don't want to come apart until you kind of think, oh, I'm giving up. Right, now what happened to those little bits there? Are they going to come out? Let me see if I can get those bits out. Yay, there they come. There they come. Because they were being held in place by the... I'm going to get a pair of tweezers. Because they are quite sticky. So I'm just going to put that on the top there like that. So... just adds a little bit of dimension to it. It takes away the flatness, doesn't it? Yeah. So now this piece, and now I've got stuck on my finger. Right, so now this is one of the pieces that's going to go on here. So I'm going to put this on with dimensionals just to pop it up a bit. Like so. Okay. And I'm just going to pop that there like so. And then this, now this does line up exactly. So what I'm trying to find is, can you see there's a little bump there and there's a bump here at opposite ends of each other? So there's the bump and there's the bump. So they should line up. Now if I wanted to, I could line them up, but am I really worried? No, not worried. I'm going to get some mini dimensionals. Oh, I need to get some from my drawer. Oh, don't tell me I haven't got any mini dimensionals. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to do now. I'm just going to, I'm not going to put many on because I don't want them to show through the flowers. So I'm avoiding, can you see in between, in each flower there's a little dot, a little cutout spot. I'm avoiding putting a dimensional over that dot because it will definitely show up. So here we go. That's going to go on there, like so. Just creates a little And you can always go through and just pop your leaves up a little bit. Yeah, like so. Just to give it a bit more dimension. Now, shall I put some pearls on here? I'm not sure that I'm going to. Why not? Well, no, I will, because I can. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put, because I can see a dimensional there. So I'm going to pop that one there. And we're not going to put many on. So she getting, look, I've got putty all over me back of me. Oh. Look, that could only happen to me, couldn't it? Can you see the putty? There we go. So, put one there. One there, one there. One there. I don't want them to look as if they've been... Oh. And I'll put one here. That's it. Done. Oh, we're going to put another one. Otherwise I've got an even number. Don't like even numbers. There we go. So now, am I going to put a sentiment on here? What do you think? Let me get my little box. So as you know, I sometimes of an evening sit and just die cut sentiments out. So how about put that one there? Let's see if I've got a little oval. A little oval might be nice. No. Oh, I know what I could use. I could use an oval, probably. Yeah. Let's see if I. Right now, I wonder whether that sentiment will fit onto here. What did I do with it? There we go. Let's get that out of the way. I think it should just fit. Just fit. Lovely. Cool. And I think what I might do is I might do a little bit of blending. I've got my blending brush here. I'll just add a little bit of colour just to the edge, just round the edge. You're being very quiet, girls. I know Val said you're not crafting, Val. Are the rest of you crafting? There we go. That'll do. So bring in my card, and that's going to go on there, like so. And I shall pop that up on some dimensionals. I think I need some ribbon. Do I need some ribbon? I'm going to pop that there. Let's see. If I tie a bow, then we can have a look and see whether we need ribbon or not. Okay. Pop the glue dot behind the knot, and I think I might just pop that there. Or pop it at the bottom of the flower. What do you think? Pop it at the bottom of the flower. Yeah, just at the bottom of that flower. There we go. So there's another card done. Let's get rid of these bits. Pop them in my little bin, along with the dimensionals. Great, thank you, Linda. Right. Now I'm going to go on to doing some stamping. Yay! So that's our second card. Right. Okay. So what I have got here is I've got a card base. I've got a piece of paper pizzazz. Right. And that measures 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. Then a piece of white. Yeah, I'm glad you think the bow went in the right place, Val. And then I've got a strip of white that measures, I think it's 2.5. Yeah, 2.5 by 5.5. And that's going to go across the middle of my piece of Whisper White. And I've put this through the Subtles embossing folder, as you can see. So let's just glue these onto my base card just to get them out of the way. There we go. And then we'll pop this on. And that's going to go in there like so. Okay. I do like the Subtles embossing folder. Just takes the blankness off, shall we say. Right, so there's our base card. Right, so let me bring in the stamps now. Eek. Right, I am going to use now the stamp in the set, girls, is this. Can you see it's quite a big flower? Now, don't die of shock, will you? Because I've cut them in half. Because I think it's much easier to stamp the leaf and the flower separate colours if they're separate stamps. Alright? So all I did was I took my scissors, can you see? I cut across the top of this leaf, the top of this leaf, and then I just went upwards and cut at the top of the stem. It wasn't difficult. It wasn't difficult, though I was holding my breath when I did it. So I have now got 2 separate stamps, which makes this next card much easier. So let's just get that out of the way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp on here. So I'm going to bring in my Highland Heather. Oh, no, I'm going to bring in, now this is a bit of a trial. I'm going to bring in Balmy Blue, and I am going to use the blob, right, the blob, to stamp a blob of colour. Yeah, I'm going to stamp off. just fill it. Oh, that didn't work very well, did it? Never mind, I'm not worrying. I'm not worrying at all. You know why? I'm not using my... Oh, I'm going to turn that piece of paper over because I didn't use my mats. Thank you, Val. Thank you, Val. I didn't see your reminder. Yeah, better look at that. Here we go. That's that bit done. Now I'm going to, I'm going to stamp the flowery bit with Highland Heather. And I'm not worrying where I do it. So, oh, I just seen, ouch. Is that because I cut the stamp up, Val? I mean, I don't do it very often. I must confess, I'm not brave enough to do it very often. But I just thought it would be so much easier as a separate stamp. Right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my blending brush and I am going to add a little bit of Highland Heather to this shape. Can you see? Just to take off that bluiness. There we go. Lovely. Yeah. Now I need some leaves. So let's bring in, and we've got a leafy shaped blob. Can you see? So I'm just going to use that with some pear pizzazz to fill in. Oh, excuse me. Oh, let me have a slurp of my tea. Have you got tea, girls? That's better. Right, so I'm just going to... I think my pear pizzazz probably needs re-inking, but I am not worried about it this afternoon. So I'm just going to... So. Just kind of giving it a bit of a... bit more there, I think. Not a lot, that's it. And a bit more over this side here. Lovely. Drinking tea, good. That's what I like to see. After all, it is called Stamp and Sip, isn't it? Yeah. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in the tiny little flower, and I've chosen to use the little line flower. There is a little fill-in for it. Now when you've got a little tiny little stamp, I always find it's easier to just keep your stamp into the corner and pick up the ink from the corner. Just that way I find you don't get too much ink onto, in case you wobble it. I always say to the ladies at Stamp and Sip, just use the corner. There we go. I think that's enough. Lovely. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to put this onto here. So bring some glue in. I love the way that these two colours have gone together. They look I think they look quite realistic. That's going to go on there like that. So I've just got a little bit of pear pizzazz showing. Now what I need now is I need a Stampin Seal. Has that got anything in it? Yeah. Because I'm going to wrap some ribbon round. Now, I have got in some of this lovely, what do you think? No, let's go with the purple. If there's ever a choice, I'm going to go with the purple, aren't I? So that's going to go across here. Oh yeah, look, that picks out that purple, lovely. Oh, I don't need that big an end. Put that there. Chop. Let's see whether I managed to get it straight. Well, that's not bad. Not bad at all. And then I'm going to pop this up on some dimensionals. And I'm going to use some dimensionals to keep my ribbon in place. Okay. Right, so this is going to go on the front of the card. It's sort of going to go across the middle of it. So just take the backs off the dimensionals. I don't know whether I told you girls, but Charles has got a date for his second cataract operation. Yay! Yay, I'm so pleased. Right, so this is going to go across here, like so. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tie... Oh, I need to do the sentiment first. Let's do the sentiment. So this time what I've done is I've used the Timeless Label Punch. Right. And I've stamped out. Now, I was going to do that in blue, but I'm not sure that I'm going to. Anyway, let me do my sentiment. Where's my sentiment? There it is. And I'm going to do that. If I do it in Balmy Blue, lovely. Yes, it is. It's very good news. Yesterday, was it yesterday? Oh, I don't know, I've lost track of the days of the week. He had his pre-op call. So, so that's good. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, let's see, shall we use Balmy Blue behind it, behind the sentiment, or shall I use the purple? Actually, the blue looks quite nice, doesn't it? Even though I've got Highland Heather ribbon, I'm going to use the blue. So let me bring my silicone mat in. So I'm going to put some glue on here. And oh, I just knocked the camera. Sorry girls if I made you giddy. I'm going to just add that there. I just want a tiny little bit, whoops, a tiny little bit sticking out. So, and then the other one is going to go at the top. So, again, a tiny little bit. There. So this is going to go here. Dimensionals again. I do get through a lot of dimensionals. There we go. And that's going to go in the middle there, like that. And then I'm going to tie a bow. We'll add another bow. Oh, the sun's trying to come out, girls. But I have got my blinds drawn. I wasn't going to have that fiasco that we had last week where I had to go and pull the blinds down. So I just closed them. So didn't have to go and fiddle with them. When I get my new craft room, I'm thinking I might get some of those very posh sort of fine blinds. Where shall I put that there? Yeah, pop that there. That will just fuse the light. Because when I do get my craft room done, I will probably be filming right in front of the window, which would be quite nice. Right, there we go. Now I need some of a couple of pearls. I'm going to use these ones again. I'm just going to put 3 of them here. There we go. 3 poils. And there we go, another card done. What do you think? Good? Oh. There we go. How are we doing time-wise? Oh, we've got time. Right, so that's the 3rd card. Let's do another one. Let's do another one. All right. So, okay. So again, I'm using Balmy Blue. Let's put this down first. Thank you. Love. I'm glad. So glad you like them. Here we go. Let's pop this on here. Oops. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White, and you'll notice that I'm just all I'm leaving is a one. Is my card is 1/8 of an inch wider than my Whisper White bit, because I just like a little border, because I think that just shows up. Now, because I'm using white card bases, that's the way I prefer to do it. If I was doing a coloured card base, I probably wouldn't do it this way round, would I? But because I like white, you know, I like white. Here we go. Right, so this is going to go in the middle here, and then we're going to stamp on here. And this piece measures, this white piece measures 4.5. So this will measure 4 5/8, this balmy blue piece. So because I've cut the stamp up, I thought, right, I've got to use it cut up. So this stamp, so here we go. This is the fill-in bit, all right, for the leaves. So I am just going to use that. First of all, I'm going to stamp the, and I want it kind of quite straight, I think. Bring it down. There we go. Lovely. It's really lovely. It's a distinctive type stamp, because you can see the different thicknesses and the texture to the leaf, which I think is gorgeous. And I'm not going to stamp the line drawing bit on the top. I'm going to just do that piece. Right. I didn't clean my stamps, so let me just do those. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to, using this piece, the bit that I cut off, right, I am going to stamp this again in balmy blue, and I'll stamp it off, I think. Yeah, stamp it off. Oh no, I don't think I will stamp it off. Now, can you see where I cut it? There's a little V there. Can you see that? A little V. That's where the stem went. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to use that to line up that top flower. Like so. So. Now, rather than using the blob to colour that shape in, which I could, I thought I would do some ink colouring in. So I've got a little block here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a bit of Highland Heather, and I'm going to, so I've created a palette, alright, so I'm using one of our blender pens, and I'm just literally going to just swish that around and pick up some ink onto my blender pen, and then I'm going to do some colouring. Some of it will be dark, some of it will be light, but I want a bit of the nice thing about this flower head is there are, oh hello Jean, welcome. Have you been there for a while and just been staying quiet, or have you literally just signed on? Has one of the rugby matches finished? Don't tell me the score if you've been watching, because I'm recording it. All right. So as you can see, some of the flowers in the flower head are different shapes, different sizes, which is lovely, because you get some big ones and you can get some little ones. Need a bit more ink. Just tap it into the ink block and then swish it round. And I'm not being, you know, too pernickety. I'm just literally just adding a bit of colour. Well, you know me, I can't draw, and colouring I can do it very simplistically. So but I thought I haven't used my blender pens for ages. There we go. Now I think what I might do is I'm going to clean that. Alright. Before I stick my finger in it. And then I'm just going to clean my blender pen. Lovely. And you're going to guess what I'm going to do. I am going to bring in, oh, let me get a blue. I've got all of my blending brushes in a pot. I want the blue one. Where's the blue one? There's the blue one. So what I'm going to do, just signed on. You have. Oh, it's that good, is it, Jean? All right. So I'm going to bring a little bit of blue in. Just take some of the colour off. And just put a little bit of a swish of blue there. There we go. That's it. Don't want any more. No more. So now I'm going to put my card together. Oh, let's put the lid on my blending pen. Okay. So this is going to go on here. Now this card I am not going to put a sentiment onto, because I think this could be used for lots and lots of different occasions. So I'm going to stick that on there. Glue. Where's my glue gone? Oh, my glue's disappeared. Oh, there it is. Right. I think you could use it for a birthday. You could use it thinking of you. You could use it for so many things. So I'm not going to put the sentiment on at the moment. I'm going to leave it as a blank card and see how the fancy takes me. That's going to go on there, and then that's going to go on there. And I'm even thinking I'm not even going to bother with ribbon. I think I might put should I put a twine bow on it, or shall I just leave it blank? Because you could send that to a man, couldn't you? If you wanted to send a little note to somebody. So I don't think it needs anything on there. I'm not going to put anything else on it. Very, very plain. Very plain. What do you think? Oh, hello, Pam. Welcome. You haven't been out running today. You'd have got blown over if you did. Oh, I'm tempted, girls. What do you think? Oh, I know what I could do. How about if I use some of these cute little flowers that I die cut? What do you reckon? I'm going to have to just put some more putty in me. I'm glad I'm making you think about it. That's the whole idea of me showing you something and you think, no, I definitely don't like that. What about if I do this? And just put 4 little flowers in the corners. Like so. Oh, I think that looks pretty. I like that. So I'm going to bring in my glue dots. Am I going to do my glue dots? Nope, I'm going to put a blob of glue. Blob of glue. And just pop that on the blob of glue. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a blob of glue on my mat. So I've got my silicone mat here, girls. I don't know whether you can see it. Can you see it? Yeah, I've got my silicone mat. And I'm just going to put one of those just gently into a blob of glue. Put that in there. Like so. You know, when I started to stamp and sip online, the idea was that I made at least 3 cards with every stamp set that I bought. And I must confess, doing Stamp and Sip online has made me do it. Made me do it. I think that looks pretty. Very pretty. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. So that's lovely. I'm keeping that plain. So there we are. We have got another card. And it'll be very easy to put a little sentiment on there. I guess you could even perhaps send it as a sympathy card, couldn't you? Yeah? Don't you think? So there we go. There's another card. Lovely. Right. Have we got time for another one? Yeah, go on. It's only 3:10. So. Oh, look. Now. Can you see there's a bit of a theme today, girls, where I am using layers? Yeah, I do, Val. I do tend to do four cards, and depending on how quick they are. And of course, when you use designer series paper, that's always a much quicker way of doing cards, isn't it? So let me glue this together. But as I was saying, can you see there is a definite theme for today. I'm using layers. And if that wind, oh dear, windy. And here we go. Let's pop this on here. Like so. And then this is going to go on here. And again, I've put this through the subtle embossing folder. Pop that on there. Okay. Okay, so I've got a white square and a blue square. So the blue square is going to go on there, and this is going to go in the middle. Now this is somewhat similar to this one here, but all I am going to use is I'm just going to use the flower head, I think. Shall I use the flower head? Yeah, it's funny. I'm having a day where I like big things. Don't know why. So I am going to stamp this in. This time I am going to stamp it. What did I do it before then? I did it in... I'm going to stamp this in Highland Heather. And I am going to stamp this all over. It's a lovely size, this big flower head. At least I think so. There we go. See, we've filled that whole card front just using that one stamp. Like so. And I'm going to bring in my blending brushes again, girls, because I do like it. And I'm going to put in some blue. So here we go. Blue. I hope you can see all right, girls. The sun is creating a line across the page. Let's bring in some lights. Oh. Right, so that's me blue. Now I'm going to put some purpley. Tone it down a bit. There we go. And I'm not worrying if I go over the edge. I'm just having a bit of fun with my blending brushes, really. Oh, good. Thank you, Val. And it's obvious to me that Balmy Blue and Highland Heather do go well together. It's pretty. Pretty. There we go. Oh. Now, for my sentiment, I am going to use the same sentiment again, and I am going to do it in Balmy Blue on here. This is another stitch shape. Yeah, I do, Val, and you know me. I'm not a great sort of person who likes messy stuff, but they're just right for me because you don't get too messy with them. So let me just... Lovely. Lovely. And then what I've got is I've got one of the lovely, oh I did have it here, one of these lovely shapes, and I've got a feeling this is from the Painted Textures, I want to say, but I'm not sure now which die set this comes from. Let me have a look in the, I'm sure it's from the annual catalogue. Let me see if I can find it. comes from the... Oh, it's not Tasteful Texture, no. Oh, it comes from Stitch So Sweetly. Can you see? There, look. All right. And don't forget, the annual catalogue will be being replaced with a new one soon. So if there is anything in the annual catalogue that you love, get it quick. The retiring list will be coming out in the next couple of weeks, but that's it, Linda. Stitch So Sweetly. As soon as it goes on the retiring list, stuff will disappear in a flash. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some colour to this shape. So nearly used the wrong one. Blue, just to bring up the stitching. Like so. I found if you dust them off onto a block, you can use that ink, so no wasted ink. What, you mean the brushes, Val? Oh, really? So if I was to go and put that onto a block, I'd be able to stamp with it. Is that what you mean? Oh, interesting. I mean, I don't waste an awful lot anyway. It's not picking up an awful lot of ink. But so I'm adding now a bit of Highland Heather. Okay. So, and then I'm going to add a little bit around the edge of this one, in the corners here. That's all I want. Just in the corner. I'm not even going to... Okay. Now. So, this is going to go on the front of the card. Like so. This is going to go on here. Like so. This is going to go on the front here. My sentiment is going to go on here. And then I'm going to put some ribbon on. Now, what I'm wondering is what do you think about if I use the two ribbons together? Cool. What do you think? I just thought of that. You know what thought is like? It could be dangerous, couldn't it? Let's see if I can. Let me just clean my silicone mat. It's got glue on it. Oh, I see. So dabbing it... that's a good idea, Val. That's a very good idea. Oh, I like that idea. That's clever. Right. So, what I'm going to do... Turn that over. What did I do with my sentiment, girls? Oh, there it is. Right. So what I'm thinking is... I could use two of the ribbons. Two ribbons together. Like so. Right, let's try it and see. I'm going to bring in some... oh. Right. Oh, I'm going to put glue on the wrong side. Oh, blow. Right, I'm going to use that for me glue, for me sentiment, because I've meant to put glue on the other side. That's like so. And then for the ribbon, let's see. If I put a bit, a bit like so. Do you always get in a pickle when you're doing ribbon? I do. Right, I don't want that so long. Like so, then I'm going to put, right, so that's okay, so shall I put that like so? Right, let's have a look, see what that looks like. Right, put that to one side. Oh, door. Oh, look at that. That's all right. Quite like it. I need to have a bit more glue on there, though. Otherwise, it's not going to stay in place. Right. Oh, look at that. See? Now I'm going to get in a right old fix. Right. Let's chop that off. Okay. Pop some dimensionals behind them. And now I've lost my dimensionals. Dimensionals. Oh, here's another pack. So stick some dimensionals on, and that will keep that ribbon down, I hope. There we go. Oh, right. Oh, that's quite cool. So that one there is a bit too long. Let's see if I can just pull it in a bit. There we go. Oh, that one in there a bit. There we go. Right. Right. Oh, I haven't put. Oh, look! I didn't glue me bits on the front of my card. Let me do that first. Now this is going to go in the centre of my card, or as centred as I can get it. Like so. And this is going to go on here, like so. So. Cool. And then I'm going to bring in my sentiments. And my sentiment's just going to go in that bottom corner. Like so. Like so. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of these cute little flowers, because I've still got some left. So I might as well use them, mightn't I? And I'm going to use the purpley ones. So what shall I do? Where shall I dot the flowers? Let's lay them out and see where they're going to go. Oh. I'm going to use the purple ones. So I've got Wonder what they're like with little blue ones behind them. Let's have a see. Let's have a look, see what happens when you layer them up. Go on. Oh, no. No, don't like those. And I'm going to have all, instead of having mixed purples, I'm going to have them all the same on the back. Because I've got some left. Have I got a dark one left? Yeah, I've got a dark one. Let's have a dark one. So I'm just going to use gorgeous grape flowers. Okay. And I go back to using my glue dots. That one. There we go. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So far. Will this make it easier? My thumb is getting sore. Right. So that's going over there. I'm just going to pop these in the corners. And then I'm probably going to put some little pearls, but not the pastel pearls. I think I might use ordinary pearls in the centre. And now I'm getting glue dots all over my fingers. So that's going to go there. And that one's going to go there. Like so. Cool. And I'm going to bring in some ordinary pearls. I got some little pearls on here, yeah. So let's just use little pearls to go into the centre of our flowers. Like so. Like so, there we go. What do you think? Do you think it needs some more pearls? I do. Let's pop some more pearls. There we go. We've had a rash of pearls. Cool. There we go. So, that's another card done, girls. What do you reckon? Have we done 5 cards? I reckon we have, you know. Right, I think I'm going to finish there. It is now 3:30. Oh, and I've just stuck my finger in me Highland Heather ink pad. So just let me tidy up a little bit, and I will get out the cards, and you can have a look at them all together. Still okay for you, is it, Linda? You don't mind hanging on for another do another card? Is that what you're saying? I mean, I'll make another one if you want me to. Let's see what I've got left. Oh, I've got a couple more card bases here. Oh, right, okay. So those of you that liked... Oh, your internet has dropped out. Great cards. Oh, how interesting. So you can still see me, Linda. According to my Facebook, I'm still live. Can you send a thumbs up, Linda? Because I won't start another card. Val said but it's okay. Well, I'm still showing as being live, so I will carry on regardless. All right. So I'll do one more card. All right. So this one is going to be another stamping one. So that's going to go on there. And then I've got a piece of white that I'm going to stamp on. Good. So it must have dropped out at Val's end, I think. Make another one. I am going to make another one, Pam. Yay. So this is going to go on the bottom of my card base. So. Here we go. You're up. Oh, good. I'm good. I'm glad you're all still here. I wouldn't be talking to myself. So that's going to go on there, right? So let's bring in now. What am I going to do? I am just going to do. Do you know, I haven't used these little stamps, and I feel they need a bit of love. So I am going to do my usual in the corners. So let's use these. Now this one has got a, does that fit on there? Let me just check my stamps to make sure I've got them all out. So we've got that one that fits on there. Alright, so this little bouquet here doesn't have a blob to fill it in, but actually that's the one I want to use because it's slightly bigger. Can you see? So that one's supposed to fit that one, but I'm going to use it on this one. So let's go. Let's bring in some pear bazaars, I think. Good. So pear bazaars. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this, because I think this fits in nicely into the corners, look. Nice. Oh, pretty. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? Into the corners. Just in the corners, like so. And then I'm going to clean the stamp. And I'm going to bring in this. It's supposed to be a fill-in shape, so what colour shall I do it? Shall I do it? Let's do it balmy blue. And we'll stamp off the balmy blue. I think Sue might have dropped off as well. Perhaps there's a problem with internet in some parts. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, if I turn that like so, stamp that off, just stamp that over that. So I've got that. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of ink colouring. Well, I guess I could use light. Shall I try? Let's try a blender pen. Let's use light Highland Heather. So I'm just going to add a little bit of light. Yeah, a little bit of light to the Highland Heather flowers here. Right, let's do. Ooh. And I don't want to fill them in too much because I don't want it to be. In fact, I'm going to do the put some colour lifter on here in a minute. Have any of you used the colour lifter? I only discovered it quite recently, and it's works quite well. So I'm just adding a bit of colour to the centre of my flowers. And then hopefully the colour lifter will just... Now this card, girls, was not planned. Although I had the card pieces ready, I didn't know quite what I was going to do with them. Okay. Now the colour lifter, if you haven't got one, is this one. It's got a white lids to it. So what I'm going to do, and I'm just literally going to, and that will tone down. Can you see how it's just toning down where I've put that colour? So it's blending it in with the ink. Oh, that's quite nice. Cool. Just toning it down a little bit. And it's kind of mixing the Highland Heather together. Cool. There we go. No. And I'm thinking about what I'm going to put in the middle. I think I'm going to put a hydrangea in the middle. So we've created our corners. Now I'm going to do a proper hydrangea, and this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the fill-in stamp, plus I'm going to use the liney bit. Okay, so I like to do my background first. I'm sure. So I obviously need to come down to make sure. So pop that there. Lovely. Then I will now bring in the outline stamp, which is the bottom half of the bit that I cut up. I'm doing it in the same colour, and because it's a big stamp, oh, says she getting ink all over her block, I'm taking my ink to my block, just because. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to stamp this on here. Now I need to just turn this so that I've got it. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to look through and get it lined up. There we go. Now, considering I can't see down here because my camera's just here, let's keep fingers crossed. Not bad. That's not bad. Now I need the top. So I'm going to put the flower, and I am going to stamp the flower this piece in Highland Heather, and again I'm using that little point that I cut out, so I can just layer that on there. Cool. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to see what I don't want this very dark at all. Yeah, I'm gonna stamp this off twice because I don't want it very dark. I'm literally going to stamp that over there. Cool. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some, just add a little bit of purple to it. Now, what did you say, Val? Put a little bit on. Oh no, I've probably got enough on my brush already, so I'm just going to put a little bit of purple on there, like so. Cool. Right. Clean these stamps. Now, this is going to go on here. And it definitely is going to need some ribbon or something on here. Now, do I want to put a sentiment on? Well, I think that's too big. I think that's too big. Don't want that on there. Do I want to stamp straight onto here? What about if I was to stamp that there? Am I brave enough, girls? Oh, hello, Penny. Welcome. How are you? Right, I am going to stamp. Right. Hold your breath, girls. I figured I could always cover it up if I'm not happy with it. So I am going to stamp this here. Have I got my piece of card straight? No, I'm gonna put it here. I'm not breathing. Whoa, look at that. Cool. I don't do that very often, do I? Certainly not when I'm live. Stamp the sentiment straight onto the card. Oh, and I'm just looking at this. I need to chop off a little bit of my balmy blue. We're on our 6th card, Penny. I'll show them in a minute. By special request, I stayed on and did another one. That's better. So here we go. And I'm using the Hydrangea Haven set, which obviously has got hydrangeas on it. So I'm going to put this on here. Oh dear. I do need a bit of glue to come out. There we go. So this is going to go on here. I saw the lovely basket that you sent to Mum, Penny. That looked really nice. Was it an afternoon tea basket? That's a lovely idea. There we go. So what do you reckon? Ribbon? Ribbon? I think that's a bit too dark. What do you think to this one? I think this one. So let me tie a little bow. If I remember, this ribbon was mint macaron, wasn't it? Linda or Val? But because it's so sheer, I think it changes colour no matter what you put with it. Okay. Little scissors, where are you? There we go, little scissors. Yeah, that's where I'm going to put it, on the stem with a glue dot. Glue dot, there we go. I'm going to put it just there. Cool. Now I'm definitely going to put some pastel pearls on. What should we use? Do you know what? These pale ones are the ones I think I'm going to use, because I think they're lovely. Yeah, it was mint. I thought it was mint macaron. I'm going to put one there. Where am I going to put them? Shall I just dot them about? I'm going to put them in the corners. Not something I do very often, corners. So let's put them in the corners. Okay, so we'll have, that will make 4 corners, and then one underneath the sentiment, like so. What do you reckon? Yeah, I might put another couple on. Just to, there we go. Draws your eye to the flower then, you see. That's it. Lovely. Cool. Well, I am definitely going to finish now, girls. I have made 6 cards. So let me just tidy up my desk. Let me get rid of my bits. Close my ink pads. Alright, have a slurp while I'm doing this. Oh, and it's chucking it down with rain. The rain is hammering on the window. Let's get all these out of the way. Get the stamps out of the way. Get rid of me piece of grid paper. Oof. And I'm going to bring in the cards. So there's the one we just made. There we go. There's another one. And although they are similar, it just shows you what you can do . No, don't want that one on. I might need it for those. So what we've done, there we go. So there's another one. And there we go, and there's our 2 that we use designer series paper for, right at the start. There you go, what do you think, girls? Cool? They look nice together, don't they? They would make a lovely set to put in a gift set, I think, for somebody. And I'm getting an idea into my head to make a little box to put them in. I think they would look lovely. So thank you very much, girls, for watching. Don't forget, if you're a customer of mine, place an order for £20 and you will be entered into my anniversary draw. Don't forget the new catalogue. The new annual catalogue is coming in May, and we will start to see the retiring list in a couple of weeks. So if there's anything you want in the annual catalogue, get it quick. All right. So thank you all very, very much, girls. Thank you for sticking with it. Thank you. It's been lovely having you with me. And I'm going to go and have a cup of tea make a sandwich, and then going to sit and watch the rugby, which I think is starting at 4:30, I think. And it's England-France, so I've already been in contact with my little French pal to see if she's going to watch it. So have fun, girls, and I'll talk to you soon. Hopefully next Saturday, if not before. All right, bye.